Hello, I'm Cam Patterson, and I am here with Dr. Laura James. Laura, can you introduce yourself to everybody?
Sure. I'm Laura James, and I'm the director of the Translational Research Institute here at UAMS, and I also direct our CTSA award.
CTSA. Can you remind me what that is, and have we had any recent news about our CTSA?
Sure. So CTSA stands for Clinical and Translational Sciences Award, and we are about 16 months into a new award that will carry us for 5 years, and we are here to help propel research across Arkansas and help make sure that we are translating research discoveries into things that impact individuals across Arkansas, particularly in health outcomes.
That's great. Now, this is the only CTSA in Arkansas?
That's correct, and we're one of about 62 centers in the country, so it's a very august group to be part of, and it's very important for UAMS.
That's great. Well, thank you so much for the hard work that you and your team did to get that refunded. Now, did research stop with COVID-19, or are you guys still doing work?
We are still doing work. Research did not stop at all. In fact, we've been busier than we've been in a long time. Part of that is making sure that the research that we're doing in a safe way with the COVID era, but we're also doing a lot of research around COVID. Two of the things I wanted to stress, because it really puts Arkansas on the map, we're doing about 8 COVID studies in our hospital.
Really?
Testing new drugs for COVID. So it's important that we have provided the opportunity for patients in Arkansas to be treated by new drugs that have the hope of improving our outcomes with COVID. Another thing I want to stress is that we're doing a lot of survey research to understand how Arkansans feel about COVID testing, to make sure they have access to COVID testing, and also to understand attitudes and opinions about COVID vaccines, because we know that in the future there will be vaccines, and we want to make sure that they can be delivered to Arkansans, and that we develop the right strategies to do that.
Great. Now, are we doing any vaccine trials related to COVID-19 here?
We are on the verge of starting a vaccine study here. We hope that that will be started in early December, but we're getting very close to that.
And who's going to be leading that?
Dr. Chris Patterson will be leading that with a lot of support from the Translational Research Institute.
That's my wife. So, everything non-COVID related, did that shut down, or are we still have a lot going on?
Some studies we had to put on pause. More those that are life-sparing studies, we did not stop. Obviously, studies where we're testing a drug that's really impacting a patient's outcome, we would not want to stop that, because we want to promote health but keep people safe. There were some studies that we had to do put on the back burner, but we've been able to be innovative about how we did studies. We've used telehealth a lot to conduct studies. So definitely, we have not shut down, and as I said earlier, my team has worked harder than ever really in the last 8 months. So
That's
I'm really
incredible.
proud of them.
Glad to hear that. And I heard from Dr. Beer, who is the director of the Winthrop Rockefeller Cancer Institute, that we're going to have a phase 1 trial unit in the
Yes.
expanded area
Yes.
of the
Yes.
Cancer Institute building.
Yes, and that's very exciting news.
What is that all about?
Well, a phase 1 unit is really bringing new drugs to Arkansans, and we're testing those to make sure that they're safe, and they're, of course, heavily regulated and overseen by the Food and Drug Administration, but it's very hopeful, and it's a promise for Arkansans in that we're providing first time for people to get treatment with these new drugs. So it's a message of hope and a really good thing for us.
That's great. So I have a friend who has liver cancer who's going to MD Anderson for an experimental phase 1 drug. This might mean that people like her won't have to leave the state to get cutting edge care.
We would rather have all of those resources here in Arkansas, because we put a priority on the needs of Arkansans, and we want to meet all those healthcare needs, and including those that we'll meet through research.
Great. Anything else you want to share with the Team UAMS?
I'm just proud of my team. I think the other thing that's just been so rewarding for me is the number of physicians that have come forward that have said, we want to help, we want to lead clinical trials around COVID. And so we've gotten to work with a whole new team of people, and it's just exciting to be a part of UAMS.
Well, you're proud of your team. Team UAMS is proud of your team, and we're proud of you too, Laura. So thanks
Thank
for
you
everything
so
that you do
much.
for UAMS.
Thank you. Thank you.